finally got the iPhone 12 in the studio, finally. So in this video, I'll be unboxing and taking a first look at the iPhone 12 and giving you guys my first impressions. And there are a few more things in this Apple bag, such as the iPhone 12 Pro and of course the brand new MagSafe charger, and we also have a MagSafe case. We'll be taking a closer look at these in a separate video, so definitely stay tuned for those. Subscribe, hit the bell icon, and we're also doing an iPhone 12 giveaway, full details in the description box down below. So without any further ado, let's take a closer look at the iPhone 12 and compare it against some of the previous boxes and phones. Okay, so first of all, I gotta say this box is so thin and so tiny. This is because Apple removed the charger and the headphones, and just to give you guys an idea, these are pretty much all the previous iPhone boxes. So the iPhone 3G and the original iPhone had this very thick box that also came with a dock. Then with the 3GS, they removed the dock and it was a very thin box. Then the 4S and the 4, again, even thinner. The 5 and the 5S had a thicker box. Interesting enough, the 5C had this really transparent box. Then we had a 6, the most horrible box with literally no design on the front. The 6S box, which was just a tiny bit better. Then we had the iPhone 7 Plus box, the iPhone 8 Plus, which this was in black. Then we had the iPhone 10, the iPhone 10s, and then the iPhone 11 Pro. And as you can probably tell, the boxes have started getting thicker pretty much after the iPhone 5 and the iPhone 5S. And this is the iPhone 12 box. Interesting enough, this is almost the same. So it is thinner. It's obviously the thinnest box that Apple has ever made. However, it is almost as thin as the iPhone 4S box, which, keep in mind, this one did actually come with headphones and a charger in the box, whereas this one does not. So how was it that Apple managed to have this really thin box with a charger and headphones back in 2011, but not in 2020? Okay, taking a look at the front of these boxes, as you can probably tell, most of these iPhone boxes had the front of the phone. The 4 and the 4S had the side. The 5 had the front again. The 5C was the most unique box. It was transparent. The 6, again, the most horrible box with literally no design. 6S, front of the phone. And then Apple started moving towards showing the back of the phone because the front was pretty much unchanged for a few years. So back on the iPhone 7 Plus and 7, same for the iPhone 8. Then the front again, because this was a new front with the iPhone 10, 10s to hide the notch, and then the 11 again to show the back because this was changed from the iPhone 10s. And now with the iPhone 12, we have the front once again. You can probably tell that we also have these brand new wallpapers, the blue one, as this one matches the color of this iPhone, which again is the blue color. Then we have the iPhone branding on the side. Then we have another iPhone branding on the side. These actually also match the color, same for the Apple logo on the top and the Apple logo on the bottom of the phone. So this is a bit of a bluish logo. I don't know if you guys can tell. And then finally on the back, we get a listing of what we get inside the box, which is almost almost nothing. We get a phone and the cable, and that's pretty much it. It even says on the box that the power adapter and the headphones are sold separately. Okay, so let me just remove the plastic wrap. And lift the top. And there you go, the iPhone 12. I haven't actually seen this in person yet. I've kind of glimpsed at these at the Apple Store when I was picking them up. Ooh, this is so, wow, okay. Okay, first impressions. This thing feels really good. I'm gonna put it to the side for just 1 second and show you guys what else we get inside the box. So it's pretty straightforward. We get a cable, which is USB Type-C to Lightning. Now, if you have one of those old chargers that Apple told you to use with this iPhone, make sure that you also have the old cable because this one will not work with the old chargers. Okay, aside from that, we also get a Designed by Apple in California booklet, which is really tiny. This is that squared off, well, it's a different form factor than one we had before. And inside of this, we get a single Apple sticker, which does not match the color of the iPhone that's inside, interesting enough. Well, it's pretty much being the same with the iPhones. Some Apple products do have color matched Apple stickers like the MacBook Air and the Mac Pro, but again, not all of them, which is really strange. We have a SIM eject tool, which Apple could have, also removed this too, because a lot of people already have these. So we get that. This is actually made out of liquid metal, fun fact, which is the same as what the PS5 is using for the thermal paste. Let's see. that's pretty much it. We just get, there's no manual from the looks of it. Yeah, they removed the manual, I think. Yeah, there's nothing else in the box. This is just the warranty and the safety guide. Really, no manual? How am I supposed to know how to power this thing on? Now, unfortunately, the cable, even though we had some leaked cables that suggested that this would be a braided lightning cable, it is not. This is basically the same as before. It looks to be a bit thicker. Let me actually just grab one of those old cables and compare. Okay, so this is one of the previous cables that came with the iPhone 11 non-Pro, so USB Type A, and they're basically the same. Yeah, even the same structure. Yeah, no changes from the looks of it. Same cable, probably the same quality, which means that this will probably get damaged very quickly. So that's pretty much it in terms of the box. Now let's take a closer look at the iPhone 12 itself. So it seems like the plastic wrap has been replaced by a paper wrap, which is good because this is recyclable. Well, previous one was too, so I don't know exactly why they've replaced it, but whatever. And there we go. Oh, something that I forgot to mention is we actually have icons, tiny icons for the power button on this, the volume up and down button, the mute button, and of course the charger right here. So this is much nicer than the ones that we got before. And wow, holding this in my hand, I gotta say, it feels really, really nice. Extremely nice. It's strange because it feels old but new at the same time. Let me just grab an iPhone 5. Okay, so the iPhone 4, 4S, 5, 5S, and the iPhone SE, all of these phones, and obviously the iPhone 12 now, they had this squared off frame compared to the wedge-shaped design that we got after and before. The iPhone 5 had an aluminum frame, or aluminium, and then an aluminium back with these glass portions. Now, the iPhone 12 feels different because the back is made out of glass, same as on the iPhone 4 and 4S. So I would say the 12 actually feels more similar to the 4 and the 4S than to the 5 because of that. However, there is one big difference in terms of the feel between these two phones, and that is, well, the frame. You see, even though the frame is squared off on both of these phones, this is made out of stainless steel and it's also brushed. So it's, you know, not that, well, it's not polished, whereas this one is just aluminium. So it's like a combination between the iPhone 5 design and the iPhone 4's design. The 12 Pro will be different, but we'll be taking a closer look at that in a different video. But I mean, other than that, I'm a big fan of this phone. I gotta say the color. So on Apple's website, this looked nicer. In some of the photos that I've seen, this looked significantly worse. In person, it looks okay. I think I would prefer maybe a lighter shade of blue. I think this is a bit too dark, but again, camera doesn't really do it any justice, so you'll have to see this in person to see exactly how it is. So I was about to power on this iPhone and I actually reached for the top power button, which obviously isn't there. It was there on the iPhone 4 and the iPhone 5, so yeah. The nostalgia has taken me back, so I'm just gonna quickly set this phone up and I'll be back in just a few minutes. Okay, so the iPhone 12 is now fully set up, and the first thing that I've noticed is how nice it feels in the hand. So it's a bit of an odd one because you see it's not as comfortable as these older iPhones were, as the frame is again now squared off, so it's not as comfortable, but it is grippier than the previous iPhones, which I do really like. Also, the display is fully flat now, just like on the iPhone 4 and 5, as opposed to this slightly curved display. I don't know if you can see it on the iPhones, well, the previous iPhones. The iPhone 12s are also thinner, all of them, than the iPhone 11s and all the previous iPhones. So this measures in at 7.4 millimeters thin compared to 8.1 on my iPhone 11 Pro Max. And I gotta say, I really love this size. Like, this is perfectly usable with one hand. Like, I can easily touch all the corners, which is pretty amazing. You cannot say this of a lot of phones today, unfortunately. The 11 Pro Max was a bit too big for me, so now that I'm actually using the Galaxy Z Fold 2 as my daily driver, the iPhone 12 will actually be my secondary device. So I'll actually be fine with the size. So I'm actually downgrading to a non-Pro Max model. I will be using the Pro and not the regular 12, so stay tuned for, again, a separate video on that in just a bit. But yeah, essentially what you need to know in terms of the iPhone 12 is that this is a major upgrade over the iPhone 11, the standard 11, mostly because the 11 wasn't a great device. Like, the display was pretty bad, as in it was an LCD display. It was a good LCD, but come on, in 2019, when everyone else was using OLED, Apple was still using LCD on the iPhone 11. It was fairly thick, it was quite heavy, but this one fixes all of those issues. It's significantly thinner. It's actually shorter than the iPhone 11. Unfortunately, we don't have an 11 in the studio. But this one does have an OLED display now. Fun fact, same display as the iPhone 11 Pros and even the iPhone 12 Pros. The only difference is that this one doesn't actually get as bright as the Pros when it comes to manually adjusting the brightness. Now, the cameras are pretty much the same, mostly, as on the iPhone 11s from last year. The only difference is that we now have a larger aperture, f1.6 compared to f1.8, which will allow more light to get into the sensor, so the low-light photographies will be much better. Speaking of that, we now get night mode on the ultra-wide-angle module as well, and we also get night mode on the front. So if you care about night mode photography, then this is a pretty big improvement over the iPhone 11s, even the Pros from last year. We also get the Apple A14 processor compared to the A13 from last year. This is about 20-25% faster, so it's not a gigantic leap, but it will be more powerful than the A13. So if you game on your phone a lot, then this will actually be a fairly noticeable improvement in terms of frame rates and even graphics compared to last year. Unfortunately, this one still has a 60 Hz display. We don't have 120 Hz or even 90 Hz, so that's a bit of a letdown. Same applies to the Pro models of the iPhone. But I mean, other than that, I would say if you plan on buying an iPhone 12, don't look at the 12 Pro. Don't look at a 12 Pro Max unless you really, really care about that camera, but that's a very big phone. And only get a mini if you really, really want a very, very small phone, because the mini is actually smaller than the iPhone 6, for example. So I would say if you plan on getting an iPhone 12, this is the best iPhone 12 to get. You get pretty much the same display as the Pro models, almost the same cameras, same performance. You just get 2 GB of less RAM. So this is the one that I would go for, but this is pretty much it for this video. Definitely stay tuned for a separate video on the iPhone 12 Pro, and then a separate video on MagSafe and the MagSafe accessories too. So thank you for watching. Definitely subscribe if you want to see more videos like this one. Don't forget about the iPhone 12 giveaway, a link in the description. Let me know in the comments what do you guys think of the iPhone 12. Support the channel by clicking on the join button to become a member. And yeah, this has been pretty much it for this one. This has been ZONEofTECH. I'm Daniel, and I'll see you guys in the next one. ZONEofTECH, signing out. Cheers.